Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the Akim that are teaching this word. Shalom Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Qudash. As you can see here, it says UFO sighting photos of flame-like blue light over US sparks alien spacecraft claim. All right. So, pretty much this is, signs of the Lord's return, man, because the chariots, they're showing themselves more and more throughout the planet, man. All right. There's a lot of sightings, man, so, and it's in the mainstream media. So I'm going to read this article, then I'm going to, I've got some scriptures regarding the return of the Lord with what Esau calls UFOs, all right, which it says here, which they're really the chariots of Israel, what Esau names as the UFOs, right? So it says UFO hunters have speculated. Right, UFO hunters have speculated amateur photos captured last week over North Carolina may be alien in origin. Right, maybe alien in origin. Right, it says several sightings of anomalies in the air over the U.S. city of Charlotte have triggered UFO claims online. Local Elisa Homewood was among those who reported seeing a strange string of lights at night near Charlotte. All right, her intriguing pictures posted on Facebook over the weekend depicts what seems to be strange lights hovering over North Carolina's Indian Trail, a little southeast of Charlotte. She asked the community Facebook page, anyone know what these lights were tonight? No sound at all. They flickered like lanterns, but followed the same exact path up until they disappeared, which was odd. And, brothers have, witnessed things like that also, like chariots in the sky, and they flicker and, have lights, right? And then they'll just disappear, and then they'll reappear again. They might reappear, in different spots, like blinking everywhere. We know that they're the chariots, man. And they could do many different things. But whenever we see those signs, we know, hey, that's more than likely a chariot up there, man. Which are the Lord's eyes, which the angels dwell in those chariots, man. And they're all over the planet. All right. It says she revealed why she shot the perplexing photos to express.co.uk today. UFOs seen near Nellis Air Force Base, which is home to aliens. Right. So it says, she said, I walked out of the grocery store with my family and happened to notice the lights. We watched for a moment. I had watched approximately 6 military helicopters fly over the area that same morning, so thought maybe it was them returning. As the lights got closer, there was no sound, so I knew they were not helicopters. That's why I decided to grab my phone and take a photo. So this is what, obviously what she saw. But this, brothers in the truth, we kind of see things like this as well. When we used to teach, out there in the city, we used to see, there was times when fleets of them would turn up, man, just circling the area where brothers were teaching. And that's happened many times with brothers, So we know that they're the chariots, and we see similar things like this in different formations, colorful lights, so we know that they're the chariots, man, they're not you. It's funny that it's in mainstream media, and the Lord's making them be seen more because, this is how he's going to return. All right. This is how he's going to return. And they're not going to be little blinking, flickering lights anymore where where they appear and disappear. They're going to be right up front, man, and just be all over the planet, encompass the world, man. All right. So it says the lights flickered like a flame. They should have been Chinese style They could have been Chinese style lanterns. However, she added how although she has no explanation for the lights, she suspects they were simply a trick of the light. Miss Homewood said, I don't have any reason to believe they were aliens, and this doesn't make me more inclined to believe. However, I don't have solid evidence they were definitely lanterns either. All right. The lights passed over a large area, then they suddenly went straight up and disappeared with no debris or smoke, like you would imagine from a burning paper lantern. UFO fact checker Scott Brando of UFOfinterest.org agrees with this idea. He told express.co.uk, watching the image, I see nothing mysterious. Those orange lights are most likely Chinese lanterns that glowed blue is just a lens flare caused by street lights, which no what they are is chariots, man. All right. And look at this. The Fermi paradox is an attempt to answer perhaps the ultimate question: where are extraterrestrials? Earth's cosmic neighborhood is part of a young planetary system compared with the rest of the universe. Aliens never came because of the physical difficulty that makes space travel unfeasible. Man, Esau don't even know all of this, all right? They are chariots, and this is how they're going to come back. But the elites know, all right? The elites know what they are. You know, they have you out. They have the masses questioning, are these UFOs? You know, they put in their movies, in their mainstream media, they'll put, you know, chariot movies and show little green men, you know, like the dogma that Esau puts out of UFOs, all right? Which really the elite of Esau know that the angels dwell in them, man. And they are basically the Heavenly Father's vehicles that roam the planet. All right, and they're going to come into our atmosphere. And they're going to do two things. They're going to deliver the elect of Israel, and they're going to destroy Esau's system. All right. So, you know, I'm going to read in the scriptures because they are chariots. See, people asking the questions, what are these things? But what they are the chariots of the Lord, man. All right. It says Matthew 24 and 30, and they're written of in the scriptures. Matthew 24 and 30. It says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. So it says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. What's the sign of the Son of Man? The chariots. Because the Lord is going to come back where every eye sees him, which I'm going to read that. Every eye is going to see Yahushua when he returns. You know, and it says in the clouds, because the ships are described as clouds, you know, a pillar of fire, a cloud by day, a pillar of fire by night. Flying rolls, you know, that's how they're described. It's not going to say UFO in the scriptures. They have a way that it's parabolic. How the prophets saw them. I saw a flying roll, like a flying disc in the sky, basically. You see, and then in Zechariah even describes the length or the size of it, the width, how huge it was, the ship. You know, so right. It says, shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they're going to mourn because they're going to see a so-called black man coming in a huge so-called UFO, man, with the host of angels traveling with him. So they're going to know at that moment, they're going to know that must be, you know, whom the world ignorantly calls, you know, that J word, which is really Yahushua. They're going to know that's him when they see him. So they're going to mourn. They're going to be like, people are going to faint. People are going to die. People are going to die on the spot. You know, people are just going to they're going to die of stiffness when they see him. So they're gonna be mourning the tribes of the earth, because that's referring to the nations. All right. Then shall the tribes of the earth mourn, and even 2/3 of our people, they're gonna mourn. There was a video. Remember, there was that video. You know, I'm gonna keep reading the scripture. I'll mention that after, right? It says, then shall the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he's gonna come with power, man. Because when the Lord returns, those ships represent power also, man. You know, beings that you can't touch, pretty much. The heavenly beings of the Heavenly Father, man. That's power, man. Remember, there was that video. It was trending on the internet, and you had this Jake, right? And he, you know, like this woman said in this article, there was flickering beings in the sky, chariots, and he was saying they're coming to get us, y'all. You know, this is what the government's been hiding. We need to prepare ourselves and all this. And he's a Jake. They're his people in those vehicles, but he doesn't know. You see, but the elites, they know. And the hopeful elect, we know, man. So for us, the chariots are a sign of our salvation. For the world, it's a sign of mourning, man. All right, because destruction's going to be upon them. Okay, it says with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet. And they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the one end of the heaven to the other. All right, so lucky, I'm just going to do this for a minute. From the one end of the heaven. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the one end of the heaven to the other. Yeah, so they're going to gather together his elect, meaning they're going to deliver his people. primarily from America, which is Babylon the Great, all right? That's where the bulk of our people are going to be delivered from, man. But then all over the world, you got brothers over here in England, in Europe, in Holland, in Ireland. I'm sure you got brothers that believe and watch us in Spain, but they might not have a camp, but they believe. You got brothers in Italy, you got brothers in the islands. So they're gonna deliver his people from everywhere on the planet, man. These chariots. That's a sign of our salvation, but mainly in Babylon the Great, which is America. All right. So there's gonna be a time of mourning when you see these things, but a time of rejoicing for the elect. All right, the hopeful elect. Revelation 1:7. It says, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. This is the clouds again. What's that talking about? The chariots, man. He cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. And they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, Aman, Tawab, right? So he coming with clouds, man, and every eye shall see him. Everyone on the earth is going to know when they see those ships and they see Yahushua, they're going to know that is the man. That's the Heavenly Father's son. All right. And he's coming to set the world in order, man. Everyone's going to see him. And it says, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so Tawab. So everyone's going to wail because of him. They're going to be in a lamenting state. It just said all the tribes of the earth shall be mourning. It says that in Matthew 24. So they're going to wail when they see Yahushua and the chariots return, man. They're going to be in a lamenting state because the chariots, they're going to be bringing destruction to cities, to people, turning people to dust. All right. That is what is coming. You see? So I'm going to read this one more here. Isaiah 66 and 15. It says, Isaiah 66 and 15. It says, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. So when them chariots come, all right, the Lord's going to come with that fire, man, that concentrated laser beams from the chariots, like a whirlwind with speed, just entering into the world, man, into this atmosphere. All right, like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. So according to the scriptures, the Heavenly Father's son, Yahushua, he's not happy, he's angry. He's angry at the current state of this world, man. He's angry at the Edomites, Esau, the elites of Esau. He's angry at 2/3 of his people. All right? So he's coming with anger. That's what the Lord... See, they teach you in this world that the Lord is coming back with flowers. We always say this. He's coming with flowers, with peace, and to gather everyone, hold everyone's hand. No, he's not. All right? He's coming back to gather his elect, his chosen, his hopeful elect, which is a few, man. All right? To deliver them. And then he's coming to destroy the rest of the people, to bring punishment on this world, man. That's why it says he shall come with fire. Behold, the Lord says, for the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. So that the Lord is coming to slay many on this earth, man. That's how he's going to plead with people, man. See, the ones that the Lord's going to have mercy and favor towards is the ones of his people that have repented and returned back to him, man, to do the right thing before he returns. And set a mark upon them, that mark of exemption from judgment, man. But the rest of the people on this earth, they're going to receive a judgment for their wickedness, man. For the way they've been living on this planet, man. For the way they've been treating the planet. For the way they've been treating each other. Demons, everyone's just negative in this world, man. So the Lord's coming to destroy all of that, man. Destroy this society, man. This whole way of thinking, this demonic way of life is all going to come to its end. So with that, so that is what... So lucky. So that's what them chariot sightings is all about, all right? And it's in the mainstream media now, and they're gonna be seen live and direct real soon, man. So with that, I'm just gonna say all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the Akim that are teaching this word. Shalom Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Shalom.